We last saw the actor James Gandolfini during that last scene of The Sopranos, but he is no longer Tony Soprano. The actor, the man, has moved on, and HBO has moved with him. On September 9th, Gandolfini will host a powerful documentary on some of the 27,000 wounded veterans of the Iraq War. It's called Alive Day Memories, and it profiles the American volunteer fighting force that has given so much.
The RPG just came straight through my shoulder.
If you survive getting blown up in Iraq, that day becomes your Alive Day.
Alive Day is the day you escape death.
And what is yours?
January 2nd, 2005.
June 19th, 2004.
January 21st, 2006.
January 3rd, 05.
It's the day they were hit and lived. 4 veterans brought together by one actor. Their injuries vary. 2 of them are missing legs, 1 is missing an arm. 1 suffers from the after effects of combat beyond his physical wounds. They are 4 out of the 27,000 or so wounded, and they're in a new HBO documentary that came about because James Gandolfini visited Iraq and came home believing their stories needed to be heard. Jim, you and I talked about Iraq when we met during the filming of the last year of The Sopranos. I knew you were working on this, and I knew this had become a passion of yours. What have you learned doing this?
I went there, I came back, I was struck by the silence of what's going, here in this country, about what's going on over there. And then when I talked to these soldiers, I was struck by, you can be cynical on both coasts or wherever you are, honor, duty, loyalty to your country. It hit me. I guess some people forget about that or don't think about it. And I think...
I understand. Just talking about the project brings out real emotion.
And
talking about the war does the same. You say in the documentary one of your guys, it's heartbreaking, apologized to you for not welding more armor onto the Humvee. Though the documentary has no political point of view. Jim, you were careful to keep politics a mile away from this documentary. Why?
I wanted to hear what they had to say. And I think sometimes when something is political, half of the people will shut down immediately and not listen. Whatever side it's on.
One of the veterans in the documentary, Crystal Davis, we immediately recognized having first met her during her recovery at Walter Reed. How are you a different person than when we first met at Walter Reed?
Well, I'm a lot more independent now. You
said 2 things in the documentary. You just want to be happy-go-lucky Dex, and you want to go to sleep at night without a pill.
I'm going to get back, but PTSD, you'll never be the same. January 2nd, I feel like the old me died off and a new me was born.
Lieutenant, when do you come closest to forgetting?
I try to have fun. I try to surround myself with good people, but it never really goes away.
All of the veterans wanted to thank someone.
my wife actually pushes me every single day to do everything that I did before. And, she's my rock in everything that I do. I do it for her and I do it for my kids. That's the biggest portion of me is them.
Yeah, that's it right there.
They are an incredible bunch. And by the way, when you ask James Gandolfini about his life or maybe his last role as Tony, he'll have none of it. This project, he says, is all about the men and women he calls the very best this nation has to offer. While it is not for the faint of heart, it is a lesson in courage and character. Alive Day Memories premieres on HBO this Sunday night.